Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to draw Jigglypuff, one of the Pokemon characters. Now, when I printed this out, I noticed something, that this little checkerboard background here just sort of fell nice and neatly into a box shape. So I finished off the box, this part here printed, these two lines printed. I drew this line and I drew this line. And I decided to draw a box on my paper to help me fit this little character, fit all the parts and pieces together so that it looks like as close to a real Jigglypuff as possible. And when I always tell you in these drawing videos, break things down into simple shapes, use simple shapes, find simple shapes, because that really does help make our drawings work easier. So I'm using this box because I noticed one of his little feet touches the edge of the box, one of his ears does, this ear almost does, and this foot almost does. So this is going to help me keep everything in proportion. So I'm just going to start by drawing a circle in the center. Notice I'm going around and around and around. I'm not just trying to draw one circle. Because if you can draw one circle and press real hard with your pencil so that you really can't erase it and you get it exactly the way you want it, good luck. I'm not that good. So I'm going to, let's see, I think I'm going to get it a little rounder. I want it a little bit bigger. I think I can go, I'm looking as I'm drawing. See, my circle's getting bigger. And I'm sketching very lightly because you're going to see how much of this I'm going to erase. I'm getting this bigger, bigger, bigger. And I'm looking at my drawing here and I'm looking at what I'm doing here. I'm going back and forth pretty quickly. Okay, I think this feels pretty good. Now look where I started and look where I ended up. I want to erase just about all of this on the inside. And if you want, you can always use a tracer if you feel like you're really just not that good at drawing these circles. You can use a tracer, you can use any other kind of circle drawing instrument. Alright, so here's my circle. Now, when I look at Jigglypuff, I notice the eyes are not lined up straight across. They're on an angle. They're kind of going up on a diagonal. So I want to get that line established first. I think it's kind of about here. Oh, almost looks like Saturn. And I see a triangle, a curved triangle for the ear. So I'm going to get that kind of blocked in. And I see a nice big curve here for the hair. Okay, making a nice curve and filling that in there with that other line, and then right off the curve for the hair comes the other ear, and I'm going to check where the eye is in relation to where the bottom of the ear is. So if I draw a straight line across, I know that the eye, oh, look at that. See, when I use guidelines like this, it helps me line things up. I know the eye is going to be, one of the top corners of the eye is going to be right about here. And I know the inside edge of the eye is going to be right about here. So let's get that circle drawn in. I'm sketching very lightly because I will be able to erase a lot of this when I'm done. And now we've got, let's see, this eye touches this curve for the hair. Let's see how I did. Let's see how I did lining up everything. This line, if I draw a guideline straight up, I'm a little off. I can bring this curve for the hair out a little more. There we go. I'm not going to bother erasing right now because I'll do all of that at the end. And now the outside edge of this eye is just outside the outer edge of the ear. You see, here we go. There are our two eyes, and I want to get them the same size. A lot of line going on in there, so I'm going to erase that. Okay, that's looking good. Now I'll get the iris drawn in, which is the colored part of the eye. And they're pointing up and to the right. Those circles drawn in. And of course, that big highlight and a little smile in between. And right down here, right below the eye, we're going to do a curved triangle for the one hand, the one little like paw. And then let's see where this lines up. Oh, kind of like right about here. I'll do another curved shape for the foot. And this one, let's see where this one lines up. This one kind of lines up right about here. And you have a little bit of leeway on these little hands because, you know, hands move about here and there. Hands change position. So you have a little bit of freedom on how you actually put that in. And there's the other foot. Cute! Now, I take my Sharpie marker, and now I really choose my lines. And I'm gonna make this shape inside the ear. I'll color that in a minute. Smile. All right, looking good. Now I'll color in the ears. And the eyes. And there's our Jigglypuff. Oh, looks like I just smeared a little bit of that marker there, but that's okay. This is a good sketch. This is a great start. I can go on and practice more and build my drawing skills. So I can't wait to see what you are going to create.